Hey everyone, I'm THPine and welcome to this short introduction to Heroes Hour. As the name suggests, this is a game about heroes. You travel the lands, fight monsters and armies, and eventually conquer the world. The game is separated in days and weeks, and every day, every hero has a limited number of steps. So this is my hero, he has a small following, and I can select a path for this day by right-clicking, and I can confirm the path by right-clicking again. Another important part of the game are towns. This is our town over here, Marble Hall, and we can enter it by ordering the hero to go there, or we can just left click it. A town can consist of multiple buildings, and every day you can build a new one if you have the resources. You can either hover over the positions of the buildings to select them, or you go into the build menu where you have the build tree. As you can see, some buildings require other buildings to exist first, and some buildings require a higher town level. Town level is down here. Every building you build will increase this number. When it reaches 5, your town levels up and you unlock the next row of buildings. Some buildings, like the architect, give you extra points towards your town level, so this can be useful as well. So let's start by building a tower here. And the tower gives you a choice between two units. We're gonna go for the gargoyle, because there are some buildings that are dwellings. Dwellings create units every week. You can take a look at all the available units in the town, and you can purchase them for gold by clicking this button or getting all at the same time. They will replenish after 7 days when the week is over. So let's put these new units to good use and fight some monsters. I select a hero and right click on the monster over here. As you can see, I don't have enough steps, so I have to end the turn first, which will bring us to the next day. And now we can attack the monsters. This is the battle mode of the game. You start a fight by deploying your units. You can drag them around to choose their position. Generally, it makes sense to have your melee units at the front and your ranged units at the back. You also want to look at the enemy's positions. For example, their ranged unit over here seems to be a little bit out of position, so let's try to cut them off from their melee units. If you're happy with your positioning, start the battle. Now you can select your units and drag them around to give them specific orders. So we're gonna actually swing these up here to block the melee units from attacking our ranged units, and then we will have the hero and the ranged units who go for their ranged units. You can also use spells. They will cost mana. Mana replenished per day. Spells can be very powerful, so use them careful but wisely in a fight. I will spawn some frogs here, which will help getting rid of these ranged units. If the fight goes well, like this one, you should see the victory screen very soon. And then you get the combat results screen, where you can see how many units you lost and how many units your enemy lost and how many XP you got. If a hero gets enough XP, they level up. Leveling up gives them some extra stats, which you can hover over to see what they do. And they also unlock a skill point, which allows them to get a skill. There is a skill tree over here, and some skills require other skills to learn first. And you can also put multiple ranks into a single skill. Some skills and ranks will also require a hero to be a certain level. Recruitment over here, for example, requires a hero to be at least level 5. It makes sense to take a look at the lowest row to figure out what kind of hero you want to build. Now that we have won the fight, we can get our rewards. We can collect some wood and claim the sawmill, which will give us even more wood every day. Once you have built a tavern, you can get additional heroes. Additional heroes work exactly as your first one. You can use them to explore different parts of the map or have armies in multiple parts of the world. But there are some other useful things you can do with them. For example, you can use them to reinforce your other heroes by sending them towards them and then transferring their army. This means that the other hero doesn't have to go back to town to get more units. Heroes can also set up camp. This will make them work like a guard post, and it will buff the resource gain of a nearby mine. Now head out there, defeat all your enemies and conquer the world. Good luck and have fun!